Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we're playing a tank that, well, quite honestly, you never really see. We'll ask the question. First things first, we'll ask this question. When was the last time you played the Type 62i? Is it Type 62i or Type 62-1? I think it's I. Tell me in the comments. But yeah, when was the last time you played the Type 62, the top Chinese light tank in Era 1? When was the last time you saw one? It's probably been a minute. It's probably been more than a minute. It may have been weeks since you saw one of these things. And that's interesting to me, because when we look at the statistics, this is, it would seem, no better or worse than a tank like the Bulldog or the RU-251. Statistically speaking, there's not a whole lot of difference. So why is it that we very rarely see the Chinese light tanks played across the game at all, if ever, especially in Era 1, since Era 1 is what we're looking at right now? Well, I thought I'd dive into this and play this tank a lot more, just to find out why. And I think I have discovered why this tank isn't played as much as its counterparts. But before we get into that, let's just quickly look at the statistics at a very high level. We'll focus on the light tank statistics. So scouting, spotting, and all that, concealment, all that sort of stuff. So Type 62i, we've got 230 mil of penetration on standard rounds, 220 alpha, 1800 hit points, and 288 meters of concealment. So, you know, not bad. 72 kilometers an hour top speed. It's okay. It's all right. What's the Bulldog got? Well, the Bulldog has got 218 millimeters of penetration. So, Type 62 has more, 230, 218. Type 62's got more alpha. Bulldog's got 200. Type 62 has got 220. So, from the gun point of view, yeah, Type 62 is a little bit better. 1800 hit points, 1750 in the Bulldog, so again, better. The Bulldog is faster by 8 kilometers an hour, so the Bulldog is going to max out at 80. Type 62, 72, so it's a little bit faster, not massively faster. And the Bulldog's got 325 meters of concealment, which is a lot worse than the Type 62. So Type 62, 287, or 288, sorry. Bulldog, 226. Okay, so statistically speaking, Type 62, more pen, higher alpha, more hit points, slightly slower, but it's better concealed. Alright, okay, so there's one counterpart. Let's look at the RU-251. So the RU-251, 230 mil pen, 240 alpha, Type 62, 230, and 220. So the RU-251 hits harder, but it's got the same amount of penetration, which is fine. Okay, you know, near as enough, not a massive difference. 251, 1750 hit points, same as the Bulldog. So again, Type 62 has more hit points. The RU-251 though is very, very quick. Anyone who's played one knows just how quick that tank is. So unboosted, 89 kilometers an hour. Again, the 62, 72. That's quite a big difference in speed. But the 251 is quite a big target. I'd say the 251 is slightly bigger than the Type 62, but there we go. So 251, 296 meters of concealment. 251, sorry, Type 62, sorry, 288. So again, yeah, Type 62 is a bit slower, but it's not that far down in the other statistics. So why is this thing not played as much? And why, for example, am I playing it the way I'm playing it right now? Well, there's a very good reason for playing it like this. This tank, for whatever reason, absolutely loves to get set on fire. And it does not have brilliant armor, and it's not as quick. That speed really is a problem for this thing. And if I were to go down there, and I pat myself on the back for that nice snipe on, I think that's a 101 firing high explosive. But if this thing were to go down in the valley, it would be absolutely demolished by every other light tank. Even though it's got, statistically, you know, it's got good penetration, the alpha's pretty good, it's got more hit points, it's got better concealment, This thing just does not hold up in a fight. I've tried against every other light tank in the game, and it just does not hold up, which is a bit of a shame, because having variety in the light tanks in this game is... I think everybody likes variety. Everyone... you're going to get bored of the same thing over and over again. Era 2 is an example. ATGMs and autocannons, it's just like, okay, yeah, been there, done that. Bit bored now. Can we have something different, please? The Type 62 is exactly that. Even though this doesn't hold up against the other light tanks, it's not a bad vehicle. And I'd love it if more people played this. I think one of my challenges now is to 3-mark this thing, because this thing makes for a very good medium. It's got good pen. It's got okay alpha. It's a light tank after all, but it's got that excellent concealment. So if you play it like it's a medium, you're going to do exceptionally well in this thing. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. And I don't feel like I've really done that much in this game. From a playstyle point of view, you could easily think, there's me checking that bush again with the rangefinder. Hey, there's the rangefinder trick coming in. Always use that one, folks, especially for that spot. I don't feel like I've done all that much in the game. I'm a light tank. I've got no spotting assist. I've spotted absolutely nothing. But I have done over 4,000 damage. So is this a bad tank? No, I don't think so. I think this just needs to be played slightly differently. And it's a good job I moved, because, well, that 101 would have seen me. And this is where I'm watching this back for the first time in a while, but I think I get brave with this 101. I know he's coming up here. I can see his tracks. I know he's gone round that corner. And this is another little trick you can use to find out where someone's gone, especially if you're chasing little tanks, Weasel Toe, Weasel 1, Weasel Toe, Weasel 1, ELC. Look on the ground and you can see the track marks. You can figure out where they've gone based on that. Sacrificing a couple of my hit points to get the ram on the 101. I do get spotted in the process, which isn't brilliant, because I know there's a 4005 at the back, which could be looking my way, but fortunately no shots come in, so he's not looking this way. Alright, now that I've gotten through the entire play this thing like it's a medium, play at the back, don't rush in, don't try and get massive amount of spotting assists, because you will be outplayed by 101s, 107s, RUs, Bulldogs. I now need to play this like a light tank, because that final tank destroyer on my team is not going to spot the remaining 2 targets on his own. I know the tank destroyer is a 4005, and the heavy, I can't remember. What options have we got? For heavies, M103, T34, IS3, IS4. I think those are the 4 heavy options. And, well, aside from the premiums, the, what's the British FV... Oh, it's the tier 8. It's the tier 8 medium that's now a premium heavy. I can't remember. It's an M103 on their team. I can't remember the name of that premium now. It's a medium in World War II, and it's a heavy in Cold War. Anyway, I know where the 4005 is. The 4005 is sitting up between those 2 rocky pillars with the bushes in between. That's his little spot. That's where he's going to be. Now it's a case of just trying to figure out where the M103 has gone. I'm being very cautious around here, because he could just pop up any moment. I go to the bottom. I remember this. I go to the bottom of that cliff to try and proxy whatever might be at the top, but there's nothing there. Coming around the rocks here, being still very cautious. We've only got a minute left in the game. The heavy tank is spotted down below me, and there is... Oh, it's not a 4005. Alright, my mistake. It's a Jagdpanzer 4.5. So the M103 is gone. The 4005 took care of the M103. Very, very nice. Now it's a case of just trying to spot the Jagdpanzer 4.5 and take care of him. He went down the hill. He's disappeared into the housing down there. He's not on the cap. Although I wouldn't actually know. He could be in the cap because they're defending. Now our 4005 is in the cap, which is why the counter is moving down. There he is. Shot goes very wild there. No idea where that went. And again, a wild one. Houses in the way. I can't remember if do we kill him? Oh, we do. So we win. Was that win by? Was that a timer win, or was that actually? I think we actually killed all tanks, and that's why the game ended. But there must have been, God, there must have been milliseconds left on that timer. But there we go, guys. I'm not in the top 3, but 5,486 damage in the Type 62 is enough for me to get the first mark on this vehicle. So, yeah, Type 62, it's not a bad tank. It's a pretty good medium, but it's designated light tank, so that does kind of pull it down a little bit. But if you want something fresh, if you want something new in Era 1, I'd strongly recommend playing the Type 62i. I'm going to say Type 62i. It can be a lot of fun. It's a different playstyle. If you get caught out, it's going to hurt, but it's not bad. It really isn't bad as long as you play it right. Play it like a medium and you'll do well. Alright guys, that's all I've got for this video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.